What you read, yeah? Well, they might be, aren't they?
Hello, welcome to Dodo Modern Poets, our cunningly titled May Soul Evening. And hey, already we're getting some technical problems.
Something to do with dodos.
That's better. We've got a great lineup for you tonight, including Jasmine and Corey, back to Dodo. And Peter Ebsworth, who is editor of Southbank Poetry, he's not read with us before, but I've seen him read and big fan of his work. Francis White as well, who has been here before and a long-standing friend in the poetry world as well. If you've not been to the Poetry Cafe before, just to let you know, you probably found the bar is upstairs, the loos are at the back of the room, and the management ask you not to take drinks outside. Apparently the neighbours here are very sensitive to any noise at all. It's not really a rock venue, but they have had actually problems with the licence here, so we're trying to make sure this place stays open. So that's it really. We're going to have a show in two halves. Each half will be about 40 minutes long, so there'll be obviously a 20-minute interval, and we should be finished and complete by 10 o'clock, and the bar's open till 11, so if you want to stay behind and talk to the poets, or just ignore the poets and have a quiet drink, you're very welcome. So, first off tonight is Patrick Cunane, that's me. This is a collection I published many years ago, sort of almost juvenilia really, but I thought I'd read some anyway. And at the time I wrote this first poem, I was doing that thing of travelling around America by Greyhound bus on a couple of dollars a day. But I thought it might be nice to read it tonight in America's election year. It's called Almanac of Unformed Highways. Unformed highways, dancing on gales between trees, the hula-ha of this minstrel night lost in fog mist, trucks crashing through the rain, twin stereo back seats rocking gently in hobo time. Riders of these storms have long missed the taste of home comfort, the kiss of a wet face, smell of home food cooking, the comforting patter of after-dinner TV. Aching miles of Christmas lights fly by these star-spangled travellers, their doubts buried deep on an almanac of strange, glorious highways. The Hander forest carrying its own minstrel laws and traffic signs. So down the highway, along the creek, through the toll gate, the money-eating machine swallowing all those bright quarters, 4 square wheels a day. Unformed highways spend silver as trout in a stream, troubled streams ever backing out of each other's way. Silver trout spinning on cobweb skating pools of ice. Then carry these cars down your unformed highways, tow away tons of scrap iron dreams, bang another nail in Woody Guthrie's slow American coffin, in long and dirty graves, bury the America of his ice-cool vision. I'd say Francis and I have something in common, that we're both good friends with Irene Thomas, Dylan Thomas's daughter, who died 3 years ago. And Irene was actually a regular performer at Dodo Modern Poets, and we also performed together in Larne, the village where she grew up with her father, Dylan Thomas. So I thought I'd read this one. It's called Larne, but the first time I went there I was reflecting on the fact that every pub in the village claimed that Dylan drank there regularly, which was quite possible because it's a small village and there's a mere 7 pubs, and he was quite thirsty sometimes, of course. Here in Larne, the light fading a little about 7, ghost of the bard creeping in on a salt grey sea, washing into silences between stone cottages, St. Martin's Church keeping vigil on the hill, and the light beginning not to be there at all. Ensconced in a pub where Dylan might have drunk, a wall-mounted picture framed just in case, and Larne Castle blocking the eastern cloud. I dreamed that once in the faded summer of years, laughing amongst the tall boats, I glanced to where a kestrel stalling created its own silent, unmomented world, wings fanned in perfect plain, pinned to the sky like a Celtic brooch, in pure deceit of motion. This is called Cathedrals. I own a green roll-necked pullover I possessed for some time now, 2 or 3 winters maybe. It is really nothing special and did not cost a lot of money, but it does set people thinking sometimes. I know a girl who says she can see cathedrals in the pattern. I cannot see where she gets that idea from, but she is able to view my pullover with more objectivity than I, since I am usually the wearer and close enough to the pattern not to see cathedrals in it, for it really Canterbury Cathedral and not a pullover at all. The girl who can see cathedrals in my pullover is a natural blonde with perfect skin. In her eyes I see nothing that resembles cathedrals or even tiny village churches, but instead I can see reflected all the flowers of spring. So this one is a poem from my brand new collection, which is also on sale here tonight, and it's called An Old Revolutionary Never Dies. A poem I probably wouldn't have published in the first collection, have been a great deal younger of course. I no longer man the barricades, but I haven't lost the way. Instead I allow a garment to vent my discontent. I wear Che Guevara underpants to the office every day. They're inside my trousers now, doesn't mean that's where they'll stay. Like revolutionary hearts waiting to be awoken, my Che Guevara pants are far more than a token. They'll become a flag of freedom when the walls come tumbling down. I'll fly them from the boss's door when we gun him down at dawn. Then line up all the jokers who wear comedy ties to work. That revisionist Mickey Mouse was always such a jerk. Under Che Guevara underpants, we'll sing the people's flag and hum the Internationale as we march the old main drag. We'll kick out all the suits, we'll liberate the loot, we'll unlock the vaults and legalise a toot. So quietly flows the vanguard, you won't see us sneaking up until our boot breaks down the door and we raise the triumphal cup. Us revolutionaries never go away. Like the poor, we're always here, awaiting the right moment to raise the pants that cheer. Like the hearts of poets, waiting to be awoken, my Che Guevara underpants are far more than a token. That calls for great technical proficiency.
You were going to throw them into the audience.
I think that's Tom Jones who does that, isn't it? But he chucks them back off and then chucks them in first. Okay. Before I hand over to our next guest tonight, I'm just going to read 2 poems from Baltimore, my last collection before the current one. This is a poem. When I was looking at it recently, I thought actually it seems I've all written a poem advising all the people who got involved in the riots last summer. So it's called When the Bears Grow Up. Our bears are brought up right, not like the bears on the estate who smash windscreens, nick honey from the 7-Eleven. They don't stand a chance. We keep our bears indoors until they are smart enough to storm the world. Our bears are brought up right. Daily they grow bigger. We can't get in the living room. They can't get out. We push pizza under the door Wait for the day our bears smash through the wall, revolution awaiting a resolution. The others hunt in packs, steal handbags, push wheelie bins downhill, get just enough honey to survive. They don't realise you have to wait until you're big enough and strong enough to take the bloody lot. And this is a little tribute to the Beatles. It's called The Final Chord. 4th of January 1970, the last Beatles session, John absent. They recorded Let It Be before retiring into mop-top history. Who played the final chord? Who cleared the mugs of tea when the Beatles let it be? The long and winding road reached its end, a glorious highway, no U-bends, and when the night is cloudy, the Fabs remain our friends. There may be a small delay while we adjust the microphone, but in the meantime I wanted to tell you something about